Okay, we're going to continue with the I AM Discourses, and we're going to carry on part 2 of Discourse 15. Get this phone. Beloved students who have come under this radiation, with you we shall not touch upon this subject. Again, may the I Am presence within you enable you to see the light and truth of which I have spoken. I have seen within you the glorious light that can be quickened into a dazzling radiance, enabling you to express perfection. Hence, of my own volition, I have offered my humble assistance, but if the personality persists in allowing the attention to be held on anything but the mighty I Am presence, which I know is the mightiest and only raising presence and solver of all problems, then my humble efforts must necessarily be in vain. I assure you, dear ones, you have reached a point where you must go up or down. With your determination and determined attention and acknowledgement constantly held upon the mighty I Am presence, there is no condition, force, or presence on earth or heaven that can prevent your wondrous, glorious attainment into the everlasting freedom and perfection. If you have not that within you which causes you to feel and tells you of the great divine love that enables me to voice this truth to you, for your protection, then we must but wait such a time as the truth of it does appear within you. When students and individuals have once learnt and acknowledged the mighty I Am presence, and then allow their attention to no longer be held by or upon outer things, whether it be consciously or unconsciously, makes little difference, for they are deliberately turning their backs to the presence which is the source of their being and the life within them that enables them to move their bodies about. I'm being shown to tell you this is the innate, they call it the innate force, the divine and innate. To continue, I declare with all my love of my being that I am the presence enabling you to see and feel this truth and stand by and within it for the sake of your own wondrous progress. Those who will hold steadfast enough to that mighty presence will find abundant proof coming into their experience of its limitless power and intelligence. Beloved students, many hands of the ascended hosts are extended to you to give their assistance. When you can hold your undivided attention on the active presence of God in you and stand there unyielding to the pull of the all outer appearance. Truth is mighty and does prevail. May you feel its majestic presence at all times. It is a mistake on the part of the student to feel disappointment, but because of a certain thing he or she has worked on does not manifest instantly, when as yet he or she have not generated yet great enough power and activity to produce it that quickly. The attention must always be on the I Am. Only suppose I were to declare I am the mighty I Am presence in action, and then an hour later I allow my attention to be fixed on a star in a so-called adverse aspect to me or an outer condition that indicates disaster of some kind. Do you not see? Do you not see that would annul the statement I had made, which would liberate the power of freedom? Jesus said, "Ye cannot serve two masters." This means that you cannot divide the attention, for you must stop, look, and listen. I tell you, you cannot make steady progress if you give power to anything but your mighty I Am presence. The unfortunate thing with so many students is that they do not hold long and steadily enough to the mighty truth of their being to gain momentum and strength enough to stand against the pull of suggestion and outer appearance. This is the law of momentum. To continue, the strange thing to me is that when the student's attention has been once drawn to the all power of the I Am presence, which is the only active principle of life, they have God in action within and about them. They cannot or do not see that they are divided and dividing the power when the attention is fixed on outer things, and but delaying the magnificent activity and accomplishment which the I am presence would otherwise bring forth. However, having gone through the mill, so to speak, we have infinite patience to wait until the beloved students can grasp his or her scepter of dominion of this mighty I am presence and hold it. I could bring you the records of the most appalling things done through the suggestion of the astrology. Crimes are committed every week of the year by the suggestions given out through it. The suggestions given sets the law into action to accomplish it. When your attention is on a thing, the power within yourself goes instantly into it. If the astrologers do not stop holding the thought of death against, she will pass out. It is criminal, is a child of God, and is entitled to live here as long as is decreed. I shall do what I am permitted to do to protect. And then you say the name. There are crimes so much worse than the physical murder that there is no comparison, because they are committed deliberately by people who know better than to do harm. There is one certain unfailing action of the law, and that is that of those who do these things must pay the penalty of a like experience. To negative suggestions from others say, I am the presence annulling all this, so it cannot affect me, my home, or world. It is the easiest thing in the world to consciously dissipate something that is voiced in your presence. Simply say, I am the only presence acting here now. To anything you do not wish to continue, say, through the presence that I am, this thing shall cease now and forever. Go after it like you were going to knock over a wall. When you really feel and mean a thing, you lose the power that does the thing. Try to realize the limitless power at your command. In the feeling is both sight and hearing, because we can hear and see without using the faculties of sight and hearing. When one becomes instantly angry, he or she punctures other spheres of that quality, and the accumulation rides in. Jealousy is the wide open channel upon which every other destructive activity rides in. When things are done consciously, they have much more power. When the energy is released, it acts because the individual has set it into motion, and it makes no difference whether he or she be king or chimney sweep. When the feelings are excited, they are accepting that instant. You can sit and listen to a destructive conversation unaffected so long as you control the feeling at the solar plexus, the yellow ray energy center. There cannot a thing enter your world unless it be invited. No good ever came of gambling. At one time had a most wonderful power and influencing about her. She began to play the market and not only lost the power but her money as well. Is it not better to stand with your I am presence than with a gambling channel? Anything that gets your attention is a subtle activity of the outer to pull you away from your freedom. For financial freedom, I am the riches of God flowing into my hands and use that nothing can stop. Say often, the presence I am governs every existing channel in manifestation. It governs all a student's experience. The student had heard and had seen an explosion of light while the physical body was asleep. If she had consciously said, when she had heard the explosion, I draw into my mind and body the strength of the light explosion, she would have reached and received its benefit. The light was the liberating of certain powers for her use. In such experiences, the important thing for the student to do is to be alert, and in every manifestation be conscious of the indrawing of its power. Rejoice that it is the mighty power of the I am presence acting, giving its strength and power to you. Command the outer memory to retain and bring into the outer consciousness everything you desire to know. When you use the I am presence, you have set the law into action, and it cannot fail. God does not act except through the consciousness of individuals, else he would not have them here. God can only act in the physical world through his individualizations. and even all nature is governed by individual intelligence, the ground, the plants, and all. There is omnipresent all the force and energy needed for a given purpose when loosed by the I Am Presence. Thus, through the use of the I Am Presence, you can release power of which as yet you have no conception. During the war, when Foch said, "They shall not pass," he loosed the power by which that decree was fulfilled. He had been in prayer for more than an hour, and when he came out, he was so charged with God's energy that he uttered the command. It became the governing presence in the atmospheric condition about him, and God acted. The words, "they shall not pass," form a decree. It is dynamic, powerful, real, and looses tremendous power. There is only one power that acts. Give it full freedom. Stand with it and let it act. Stand in it and by it. There is no other power to act. This makes steady progress like a glacier coming down the mountain. You are steadily moving forward and gaining a momentum against which nothing else can stand. The law of momentum, again. It is an ineffable momentum, power, and means of achievement of all good things. There is no permanent dominion except in this way. For cleanliness, use frequently, "I am the presence here, keeping my clothes and home perfectly spotless." After a time, the force becomes so powerful that it instantly consumes or repels anything not wanted. The more you consciously act upon a thing, the more concentrated it becomes. When you say, "the presence that I am," charge with this so then you add your own words in between. You can charge the water so powerfully that it boils with the power of the energy there. Do not let anything question in your mind as to whether your command has worked or not. See, this is where the belief comes in. You need belief. Faith is the first step to belief. Okay, whenever commanding, say, "I know it is acting with full power." Know what the I am means. Know what it is to you. Know what it can do. Get this and hold fast with unyielding determination. Within these students there is the strength and power to do this, and if they will stand with this mighty I Am Presence, great assistance can be given. Can and will be given. Benediction. Mighty, all-pervading intelligence, we invoke thy mighty wisdom, governing our every activity. We invoke thy mighty light, illuminating each one in the fullness of its dazzling presence. We invoke thy mighty love to enfold all its mantle of peace. We invoke thy mighty power, that love, wisdom, and power may act in perfect unity, that it perfect all things upon which our attention has become fixed. So I thought we've got about half a minute left. So just to come back to this bit, when you say "the presence that I am," charge this, and then it's got a gap. So you add your word, and then with, and then you add your other word. You can charge the water so powerfully. Right, yeah, I had to read that twice because, yeah. See, these are all tutorials in themselves, and with the channeling, hopefully that's helping illuminate things a bit further with the channeling. Hopefully the channeling's not getting in the way and distracting you. Okay, namaste.